Hello and welcome. Today we are back with a Honeydukes Miniverse. So as you can see, we have 6 of them. So there will be 6 videos of these. So let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a lucky dip. So we're going to look for a pull tab. There is an arrow here on the bottom where the pink meets the white. We're going to see if this pull tab works. Yeah, not really. No. So these are kind of working like the potions were working. Not really at all. Top of that one. So let's see if this one pulls. Not really. These just don't work very well. So I can see some stuff inside here. Doesn't mean anything to me. I don't really know what all we can make as far as the items go. I like to know some of the stuff. I don't really like to be spoiled on it. I haven't been seeing any videos come up though of these, so I've not been seeing people do them. So, you know, we will pop this open. This is what it looks like inside here. So if you know what it is. So, oh, okay, we know what it is because it says right there, cauldron cakes. And we have a little box here that says mini cauldrons. We have a pink bag here. This one just has like little sugar skulls and quills on it. This is a little topper piece. Then we have this. We have this, it just says sweet treats. We have some more pieces. This is like the top of the table. And we have these and this. So, I'm not sure how all this goes together. Like I said, I've not been like looking to see. So, we have all of these pieces. I'm going to assume these go together. Oh, wait. I think this is probably the foot. It says Miniverse on it, and it has a Honeydukes on the front. That is very cute. And I'm going to say this is the part that goes here as like the top. Okay, now I'm going to say this is such a cute idea because you can literally use these to put candies with like on a desk or just in your kitchen or whatever. I think that would be so cute. And if y'all have seen me do the other potions and stuff, you'll know that I did DIYs with my potion bottles down there and literally use them for like potion ingredients. So I'm definitely all for that. But this is another piece that looks like this. No, I don't think that goes together. Okay. Alright, let's just go ahead and start opening. These don't say anything on them to know what you need to open or what you're getting. So this has these little orange things in there. Just says orange sprinkles on it. This has these little things in there. Not exactly sure what that is. And that was in this, was the little green thing. So I don't know. I think what we're going to do before I open anything else is we're going to look at these pieces. So this says it is the cauldron cakes. And this says that there are 15. I only remember seeing pictures of 12. So that's the chocolate frogs, the exploding bonbons, the Birdie Bots, jelly slugs, cauldron cakes, the sugar quills, ice mice, fizzing whizbees, sugar skulls, jelly snakes, licorice snaps, candy skeletons. And then, okay, so yeah, so there's going to be 3 special ones, it looks like. I think this one is going to be a pumpkin juice. That to me looks like a pumpkin juice top right there. This looks like a Honeydukes, like the lollipops of some sort. I have no idea what this one is. So if you guys have an idea on what you think this one's going to be, leave it in the comments and let me know. I have no idea. And then we have all of our instructions on how to make these. Looks like we are going to have cakes and cauldrons in these. And that we're going to have some more stuff in these. So let's open this. See what it is. Oh, okay. Tweezers. I got little gold tweezers. Looks like, wait, no, there's something else in here. Oh, and a little knife. Okay, that's cute. Little gold and silver knife there. And then in the sugar skull bag, okay, yeah. It says on the side over here that it's cake icing. You can barely read it though, but if I get it super close to you, you can. And don't eat it. So don't eat it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in this one. Some of this stuff is so small that you literally need to like make sure you don't throw anything away till you get completely done. So yeah. Okay, so let's open these up. This is mini cauldrons. Oh my goodness gracious. They are little mini cauldrons in here. So we get 4 little cauldrons. And then this one says cauldron cakes. I'm trying so hard not to tear this stuff up. These things are not super easy to open. I'm going to try to open it from the bottom. I can't get the top of it open without tearing that. Yeah, I can. So you can untuck the bottom and not tear the top. So if your top is in there like this one is, you may want to try to open it from the bottom and pull them out this way. But this is tucked so deep in there that it's going to rip it on those edges if you try to do that. So we get these little tiny cauldrons cakes, and we're going to just pop them right out of here. And so what we'll be left with is the little thing where it went in. So I'm just going to tuck it right back into the bottom and close that bottom up, just like if it were brand new. So I just put the big one in there, and then the 2 little sides, and then the bottom. So it's just brought back like it was. You can just tuck those pieces, not mess that piece up. So the instructions show that we want to get these little cakes and our little knife. And okay, I'm just going to set my little cakes up on this part. And here's my icing and the sprinkles. There's the tongs. There's our little cauldrons. Well, there's 3 of them. Just putting this stuff over here because we don't really need any of this right now. But you can still see it, I guess. Here's my knife. And then I'm still not sure what I need that for. I do definitely need this because I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. We do have this, which says to read me first. It's going to tell you do not eat any of this stuff, including the icing, because it is not food. And then it's going to tell you about putting together the outside piece, which we figured it out on our own. It's also going to tell you about using the tweezers and each of the different items that you can get and safety precautions for them. So if you've not done any of the like the Miniverse type stuff, you might want to look at that first just to be safe. So it says to open the icing. So we're going to try to pry this. Oh, okay. So we had to unsnap that piece. Ooh, this time. Okay. So this is a screw off lid, and I think it's supposed to be attached, but it wasn't. So definitely easier than the classroom was, because that was so hard to get that top piece off of there. So now it says to take these, put your icing on it. So I have some icing actually in the lid here. So I'm going to start with it. I'm going to put it on my little cupcake here. Okay. I feel like this is actually going on here pretty good. Some of the stuff seems a little more liquid than others. This one seems to be a good consistency to me. Okay. You want to be careful not to get that on your fingers. I did. I got it on my fingers. I don't know if there is a way possibly to hold it with these little tongs. If you could, that would be great. Then you wouldn't have to worry about getting... Oh, I think you can. You could. I feel like you could. You could. Definitely could. You can hold it with the tongs. Put the icing on it with the knife. You can see all the way around. So make sure you have a good grip with the tongs on it. And put your finger in there and release it. So, yeah, that works pretty good. So then it says to put the sprinkles on it. So we have our little sprinkles. Oh, and they're already opened also. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to just sprinkle some of these on there. I think I'm going to sprinkle a good amount on it. Yeah. And I'm not going to waste all these that are falling out. I will put them back in there. I definitely don't want to use all of them. I like keeping the stuff in, like the extra. I like keeping the extra parts. I'm really hoping, like how they did the classroom, they give us a Honeydukes. Like that would be cool. So if you watched the one that I did of the classroom, when I got my classroom in and was putting it together, if you didn't see that, I'll link it below. But when I was putting my classroom together, I got the classroom done and I didn't have all the parts for my shelves. So I contacted MGA. They have a customer service thing. They're going to ask you for like your order information if you didn't order it from them, which I didn't. I had ordered mine from Walmart. They reached out to me, said they were going to send me the pieces that I needed. They did. I did receive them. So I do need to go back in and finish that. It took a little while, I'm not going to lie. It took a little while to get it. But I did end up getting a whole set to finish my shelves. So, yeah, that was great. I'm super happy with that. Okay, so now it says that we are going to take some of these out of here. And you're going to put, I guess, one of these on each one. I don't even know what these are. Oh, I guess I do know what it is. Kind of looks like the top of a cauldron and a spoon, maybe? I don't know. Not sure how I get these out of here. I guess you have to. Interesting. Okay. This seems to be sealed. So I'm going to cut that open at the top. Pour these out on here. Definitely make sure you're doing this somewhere that you have plenty of room to move around. And it says to use these, but I think this might be better done with your fingers. I'm not real sure. Ooh. It also says to do your sprinkles first and then do these. Might be better to do the sprinkles after you do this, because this is something that you definitely want to set up. Just asking to lose these pieces. Okay. Well, that goes on there. And it's supposed to look like a spoon in the cauldron, I believe. I have had a cauldron cake, like a real one at the parks, but it's been a long time. I can't remember exactly what it looks like. Okay, so that little handle has to stand up. Okay, and then you need your UV light after we get this thing to stand up. See if I can get it with my knife there. Yeah. Okay, that took way too long to do. Then I'm going to put a few more sprinkles on top of that. So that's what that looks like. I'm not going to touch it yet because we need to do the UV light. So now we're going to use the UV light. If you don't have a UV light, you can put these in the sun for, it says 5 to 10 minutes, but I have found with this stuff that sometimes it takes longer than that. If you have done these and you have like an easier way to put the icing on top, or if you have played around with them to possibly try to make it look a little bit cooler, leave us a comment and let us know. I'm very interested to see how people are putting these together. Then once you get through putting your cauldron cake to dry, you put it down inside there, and it doesn't say to glue them in there or anything. It just shows that they are just simply put in top there. Now you can see the handle and the spoon, or stir, whichever you want to consider that, and the little cauldron. These are so very cute. And I'm assuming we're just using this to put them on top of the little table. Very cute. Okay, so then we have 3 more of these to do. So I'm going to hold mine like this. Use my icing to pull up on top there. Now when I do mine, I clean up all my tools and stuff after the fact, and I keep them. I just think they're so cute. I try not to throw stuff away. I guess you can just call me a hoarder and a sort, but I think these little things are so cute. Like, I try not to throw any of it away. I try to keep it. So I think this little knife will be cute to keep. I don't really do anything with like the tweezers and stuff. I guess if I ever came up that I needed them for something later, I'd have them. I just have like some little crafting boxes and stuff. The bottom shelf of these bookshelves have those little cube crate type things in there. Those all have like crafting supplies and stuff in them. So I am actually going to do the handle and the spoon first before I do the sprinkles on this one. Just think it will make it easier than trying to make it squeeze down between those sprinkles that are already on there. And the spoon is a little too far compared to what I think it should be. So I'm going to push it down, not be in the middle of my handle there. Okay, and I'm going to do my sprinkles. I don't know if y'all can see all this, but doing the best I can with my setup. Okay, so this one's looking a little wild. My little sprinkles are just kind of all over the place on this one. They're kind of like standing up and poking out and everything else. Just gonna kind of push this down just a little bit at the back of my fingernail here, just to kind of flatten them down just a touch. Okay, then we're going to UV. I have a big UV light that I will also put these under again before I actually finalize it all, just to give it a little extra time to make sure that it's completely done on the inside. But like I said, if you don't have a UV light, utilize the sun, because all you have to do is put it in the sun. Now, it being cold out, but if you do have some sunlight, you can just put it in the windowsill. As long as the sun can get to it, you can put it inside in a windowsill, and the sunlight will also harden it for you. We're just doing those for 5-10 minutes, something like that, and then popping it down in there, and we get another one. Now, I know that they want you to put this little table, the one that you guys can't see. I know they want you to put this little table in here for like display purposes, but I just love like using these things for other items. So like I said, I'm really hoping they come up with like a Honeydukes for us to be able to like put these with like the little Honeydukes like they did the little potions classroom, because that would just be awesome. 2 more to go. Now, the thicker the icing, the longer it's going to take for it to like completely dry, of course. But you have to think about your little handle and stuff that you have up here also. It has to have enough of this to be able to sit down in it for it to hold it up. But also, you don't want to go down the side of your cakes, because then you won't be able to make it sit into the cauldron like it's supposed to. Now this has me very curious about the handles and stuff on the ones in the parks. Like, I'm curious as to whether or not they had the chocolate handles. Okay, sprinkle it. You can use as little or as many of the sprinkles as you would like. These are your cauldron cakes. I like a lot of sprinkles. Most people may not be using as many as what I am, but you get a lot of sprinkles in this little thing. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do this last one. And I'm going to UV them at the same time. I've heard a lot of people say that, like with the little resin containers, that they clean them out and keep them. And you definitely can, but just make sure you do not try to wash that resin down a sink or anything, because it is supposed to harden. That's the whole thing, is it's supposed to harden, and it can definitely cause you a ton of money's worth of damage to your sinks and your pipes and things like that. So and we're going to do our little sprinkles. Alright, then I'm going to just kind of take my sprinkles again and just kind of push them up and flatten them a little bit, as they tend to kind of stand up on the ends. I don't really want mine to do that, I don't think. I'm going to put a few more in this one little spot. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to take my tweezers off. UV these. Have you done any of these? Which ones did you get? Let us know. I'm curious. Did you like these better than the potions? Or do you like the potions better than Honeydukes? I have to admit, when I go to parks, I absolutely love going into Honeydukes. It's just so magical. The one in Orlando is not very big. I really wish they would make Honeydukes bigger than what it is. But it fills up so fast, and there's always so many people in there. It just feels like it's so overcrowded all the time. I wish it was bigger. But I do love it. It's just so magical to be able to go into there. But I do love it. Now, they don't actually have a true, like, potions workshop or anything like that in the parks. That would be amazing. It would be so cool if they would do, like, a potions workshop to where you could go in and, like, actually make a potion, go into the apothecary to be able to, like, buy stuff off the shelves. I think that would be so cool. I wish they would do something like that too. More like interactive type stuff, you know. I mean, I just think it would be so much fun. But I'm always thinking, you know, like, that's one of the places that I love to go, is when we go to Orlando, is definitely to go into, like, Diagon Alley. I see some little spots right here. I'm going to try to add a few more sprinkles more completely hardened. Yeah, but I'm sure, like, everybody who's been to Universal, I feel like, you know, Diagon Alley is probably one of the favorite places to go. And then Hogsmeade, of course, that's where Honeydukes is. But when you go into Diagon Alley, they have Sugar Plum. And Sugar Plum doesn't ever seem to be as busy as Honeydukes. They have most of the same stuff in there. I'm trying to remember if they may have a few different things in there. I know they have a few of their own, like, Sugar Plum specific items. One of them is the sugar coated apple that you can get. I love to get it. If you want a sugar rush, get the Sugar Plum apple. They will cut it for you there. You can have them to cut it into bite-sized pieces, basically. They'll cut it for you, and then you can get you a frozen butterbeer and just sit down at the tables out there. Oh, it's amazing. Or go sit down and watch Celestina Warbeck and the different things that are going on there. So much fun. I love it. That's like one of my little downtime type things that I do. Like, when we need a little bit of break from all the walking and, like, super fun stuff that we do. I love it. Now when we go over to the Hogsmeade side, if we go get something from Honeydukes, I like to get like the different kinds of fudge, and I like to get some of this stuff out of the cases more than just the pre-made type stuff. Usually those are pretty good to try, and they'll have like different things in there at different times of the year, so you can try new things usually. And I'll get them, and then of course they have the butterbeer cart outside that you can get butterbeer. You can get the cold or the frozen, or you can go into Three Broomsticks, or you can even go into the Hogshead bar and get butterbeer at both of those. I love to do that too. And you can go sit out like under where the little owl, it's not the owlery, but it's like where the owl post is. You can sit under there. They've got benches there. You can go sit and eat whatever you get out of the case and drink your butterbeer and stuff while you're like just enjoying the atmosphere. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff that I like to do while we're there. I had to go get a towel to clean up my fingers from the resin. I had gotten it on there and everything was trying to be sticky. So there's a number 3. I'll set it down over here. I'm not 100% sure that these are all dry because I definitely didn't do 10 minutes. So I'm not certain that they're completely dry. Now, one other thing about these is you can, if you do have them completely cured and you see something you want to do, you can still take this and just kind of tip it on there a little bit and then add some stuff into it and cure it again. That would not be a problem whatsoever. Would not cause any problems. These are so cute. I feel like these are a little bit more difficult to do. I feel like the stuff is a little more tedious. Now, I don't do Miniverse normally. So if you're used to doing Miniverse and you're used to doing like the foods, the makeups, all that stuff that they've been doing, you definitely are probably used to all this and you're probably thinking this is easy. Also, my fingernails are usually not quite this long, but since we got back from our trip, they've just been continuing to grow and I've not had them redone yet. So normally they're not quite that long. That's probably one of my issues also, I'm sure. But I am going to just put the top back on this because I definitely don't want it to spill anywhere. I'm not going to clean that out. Now, what I was saying earlier about these is you can definitely clean the things out that have the resin in them and keep the containers. Do not wash them down a drain though, because it will cause damage to the pipes and to your sinks and stuff like that. If you want to do that, use a paper towel to get as much of it out as you can, wad it up and throw it into the trash, and then do it again to like clean it out the best you can, and then just put the top back on it and then you can keep it. But you definitely want to try to get all that out if you have the possibility of somebody messing with it. I mean, if you don't, you could just leave that on there. It's not gonna cause any problems just sitting on a shelf. But if you're one that you have little kids or something that might mess with any of this, I definitely wouldn't want to leave that up there just in case they get a hold of it. Again, you definitely don't want little kids to get a hold of any of the Miniverse stuff because we don't want them to eat it or anything. Okay, so I am going to get all these little sprinkles and put them back into this container. So I will have the sprinkles that stay in there. But I think these are so cute. I just love these. And being that I have actually had a cauldron cake in the parks at Honeydukes, this is just, it's just amazing. I love it. And then of course we still have like our little boxes and everything. Oh my gosh, so cute. But yeah, have you done these? Which ones have you done? Which ones are your favorite? Which ones are you looking for? Leave a comment and let us know. And with that being said, have a wonderful day, and remember, we love you.